Good evening and welcome to BackChat. I'm your host, Tema Madima. This evening we're chatting to Rikenette Steenkamp. It's gonna be a good one. You'll hear soon when I introduce her. She's achieved amazing things in South African athletics. So it's gonna be a good one. I hope you guys are excited to chat with Rikenette Steenkamp. She'll be coming on now. I'm sure if you've seen her on social media, she goes by the name Ricky Hurdles. So we're gonna find out what else Ricky does besides hurdling. Good evening, good evening. I hope you guys are all well. Get your coffee, get your popcorn, get ready for a good chat. And she's joined in. I'm gonna send her an invite and then we're gonna get going. Andrew Koch, welcome. Jason van Antwerpen. Welcome to you, welcome to you. Rikenette and I are gonna go live a bit. Hope you guys are doing well. Good evening and welcome to BackChat. I am Tema Madima. This evening we're chatting to Rikenette Steenkamp. Ricky, how are you doing?
Good. Can you see me?
I can see you and I saw a bit of your room there that you showed me.
Do you see me now?
Now I see you.
Okay, because I can't see myself.
You can't see yourself?
No.
But I see you perfectly.
I don't know why. I haven't done this before, so you have to teach me now.
Well, your video should be connected, so there shouldn't be a problem at all, actually.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like that, but it's okay. I don't have to see myself, just as long as you guys can see me and everybody's fine.
Can you see me though?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, I think then we should be fine. Just wave at us, guys. If you can see Rikenette, just give a thumbs up. If you can't see her, we'll have to reconnect. Just let us know. Just a thumbs up if you can see Rikenette, and then we can get started. Let's just wait for confirmation from somebody. I think the waves mean they can see you. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
All right. How you doing? You good?
Yes, I'm good. And yourself?
No, I'm all good. How have you been? You've been keeping well, strong, healthy?
Yes, well, I've been back on the track, which is great. I'm really thankful for that because I know not everybody's back on the track. But yeah, it's so fun to train again and just to do what I love again. So I'm happy now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, so welcome to BackChat. We saved you for much later because you've got an amazing story and we can't give them everything at once, we need to spread out our big dogs, so that people can keep watching.
Yeah, that's fun.
But yeah, thanks for coming. So I'm gonna do an introduction. After I do an introduction, I will get started with the chat. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you got any questions, make sure to send them through so that we can remember. It's not only me chatting to Rikenette, you guys are also chatting to us. So send your questions through. Spirited Worldwide, I see you. GF Low, I'm sure GF has got some amazing photos of you at a lot of championships, World Athletics and all that. Philune, Mixo, Dylan, Joel Siminya, Andrew Koch, welcome guys, welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, with us, I'm going to do introduction. We've got Rikenette Steenkamp. Listen up. Listen very carefully. She is the World Continental Cup 100-meter finalist. She is African Championships 100-meter gold medalist, World Youth Championship semi-finalist in the 100-meter hurdles, SA Under-20 100-meter hurdles champion, Athletics World Cup gold medalist. I repeat that, Athletics World Cup gold medalist. She's a World Championships 100-meter hurdles semi-finalist, 4-time SA 100-meter hurdles champion, and my favorite one, I think this is your favorite one as well. She is the SA 100-meter hurdles record holder. Ladies and gentlemen, Rikenette Steenkamp. Wow.
Thanks.
Wow. There's a lot of big achievements. And I mean, I like your story because, it hasn't always been like, people look from the outside and they think, it's so easy. She broke the SA record. She's the Athletics World Cup gold medalist. But there's a lot of work and a lot of tears and a lot of challenges yet to overcome. But we'll get to that. Before we get to that, we're going to play a game.
Okay.
Okay, the game is called 30 Seconds, What's in the Bag? So, competition, when you go to competition or even training, name as many things as possible that you have inside of your competition bag. Coming to you in 3, a 2, a 1, let's go.
Hand sanitizer, mask, spikes, towel, water bottle, iPod, earphones, rain jacket, and another like something warm.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's go.
Another, I don't know, shades, and a stopwatch, and a mouthband. What's that in English?
And time.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna give you 12. 12 is not bad, you know. 12, you're sitting in the maybe top. You are definitely top 10. The record still stands at 18, but 12 is not bad, you know.
Okay. Well, hand sanitizer is the one thing that's in every bag these days, so I just had to say that.
I'm really impressed. I think you're the first one to mention hand sanitizer, masks. So I should have given you like an extra 4 points for that.
Yeah. But I think it's because I go to the track now, and it's obviously a process to get to the track. So every day I check before I go, do I have my mask? Do I have my hand sanitizer? So that's
No, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, definitely got to keep safe. You know, the tracks are open in some places, but like, yeah, we still have to take care of ourselves. You know, we want to see you guys healthy. And there's Olympics next year, you know, there's a lot of work to be done. So you guys must be on the tracks. The tracks must open so that you guys can train. All the athletes want to train, you know, but yeah, we just have to be patient and it'll get there.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. You know, there's so much information that I need to get out of you this evening. But just a disclaimer, I'm not a journalist. I'm not going to ask any trick questions. This is a chat.
Awesome.
So don't worry, I won't be trying to catch you out on anything or anything like that. So let's start in the beginning. Obviously, you've achieved a lot, you know, in your athletics career, but it obviously also started at a young age. Just tell us about your journey with athletics. Where did you discover hurdles, and how did this hurdles journey start?
Yeah, so I think, you know, from a very, very young age, I remember I loved all kinds of sports. So I did everything. But, you know, there was just this one sport, and I can't really explain it, but I just loved athletics. I think I was a better swimmer, better golfer, better gymnast and everything, but I really wanted to run. I wasn't really a star athlete from a young age. I think I was really tiny in primary school. So I tried hurdles like once in primary school, but I didn't really win and so on, and it bothered me. I really wanted to do well. I even remember winning like the swimming.
Competitive.
And then it's in us. And then I went to this lady, like this girl that won the swimming, and I went to her, I'm like, oh, I won the swimming and she won the athletics. And I went to her, I'm like, can we just maybe swap? Like, I don't care about the swimming. So I just really loved athletics. And I think, so from a young age, me and my best friend, we always competed together. And her family was like, maybe you would know the names. It's Gert Potgieter and Sonja Ra. So her family was world-class athletes. Her grandparents actually met at the. So I think that's where I really got the inspiration from, because I would always go to her place and then we would play there, and then I would ask her mom if I could watch like the albums of the athletics every time I go there. So I had this passion for athletics and hurdles. And so actually interesting, I only started with hurdles when I was 16.
Wow.
Tried it a few times in primary school, but then I only ran 100-meter hurdles when I was 16 in high school Miller Park. Okay. And then from day one, I loved it. So yeah. And then I won my first race when I was 16.
Wow.
I was
so
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect time. I mean, 16 is just before, you have to specialize, and I mean, to fall in love with something at 16, you always fully committed because you just like every day you just want to try more and you want to be better. So shout out to Absolute Menlu. I know that's where you're from.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, I think I always knew that I loved, track and field, and but it takes time to find your event. And I think when
mm,
I started with the hurdles, the 100-meter hurdles, I'm like, this is what I want to do. I know that. And in school, I think it's a good thing to do. I also did the 100, the 200, the
yeah.
long jump, but since first year, I knew like this is my event. I want to do 100 hurdles. So yeah.
Okay. So 16, you get a taste of the hurdles, and you win your first race. So obviously from then on you knew, okay, this is what I want to do. Did you have any role models at the time? High school, as an high school athlete, did you have anybody that you looked up to specifically at that time, or were you just doing it for the fun of it?
So I'm thinking now, but I always knew the name Mariska van Driel because she was quite a good
Oh
hurdler.
yes.
So as a grade 8 athlete, like I remember her name. I remember looking up to
Mm.
her. So yeah, that's the name that came up now. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Mariska. That's actually you reminded me of yeah, it's one of those. She was always on the track at Takis as well and all that. So that's quite
Yeah.
cool. So and then after that, so you had her as your role model, and you obviously get a taste of running for South Africa at a young age. You went to what is it? You won the SA title, obviously under 20, but you also went to the World Youth Championship. So this is like it's a quick journey, 16, you fall in love with the thing. 2 years later, a year or two later, you're wearing SA national colors. You're a semi-finalist at the biggest stage in the world. Tell us about that, like, that first time experience of representing South Africa and being at a major championship at such a young age.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting story. Like it was quite new for me. It was in grade 11 was my first time ever getting the Gauteng North close to going to
Yeah.
essays. And I didn't even know that something like a World Youth Championships exists. Promise you,
Yeah.
I didn't even know. So I rationals, I made my first final and I won. So,
Wow.
but I think the time was 14-2. And I remember I ran a 14:18 or 14:19, one of the two.
Yeah.
So I qualified one split second, and people congratulated me. And I'm like, oh, for what did I
What does it mean?
qualify? I didn't really know. I think I was just such a kid still, and I just enjoyed it. I was like, wow, this is an amazing opportunity. I'm going to Italy. It's going to
Yeah.
be awesome. But when I got there, I think I was amazed by what I saw, and I think it
Yeah.
was a very experience for me to see and to observe, because I saw how the attitude and how they warm up and how serious they are. And you shouldn't be too serious at that
Yeah.
age, but
Yeah.
I observed a lot, and I think that was when I was like, no, we can step up a lot. And I think
Yeah.
I ran 13:61 there, which is I ran such a big PB. I don't know
Yeah.
how did it, but I think it's just that type of competition. It just pushes you, and it brought the best out of me.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, yeah. It's so far so good. So far it's a very smooth transition. And you know what I like most is like it's how innocent and how genuine it was. It was just going out there, and it sounded like you'd never put pressure on yourself. You just enjoyed and embraced the moment. And somehow, I think you've got that thing. Like I said, you're very competitive. For those who don't know, Rikenette is very competitive. Um, don't be fooled. And I think whenever you get to a championship or big races, nationals or wherever, World Cups, whatever, you always want to step up. And I think that's one thing that you've always had.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I think I just love the big championships.
yeah,
I try. I know those moments. It's not time to think. It's not time to try something new. It's not time to just. You know what? All the work is done. Now you need to embrace the moment and take it in, not overthink and enjoy it. It sounds simple. It isn't always that easy, I know.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, so the World Youth was my first experience in that way, and I really made the most of it. I just missed the final. I remember coming in ninth, and I was
Nice.
disappointed.
Yeah, yeah.
It's understandable, but when I looked at, like, I ran a PB, what more can you expect from an athlete? So
There's nothing more.
I was really happy about that.
Amazing. I mean, yeah, that's exactly. I mean, once you run a PB at that stage, it shows that you gave everything you could. You know. I want
Yeah.
to ask this question. I mean, like, you know, if I think support and you know, having structures around you to make sure that you become your best, you know, like first thing that comes to my mind, I immediately think of your dad. You know, your dad was like, I mean, come on, I mean, manager, agent, you know, that's how you started. I know obviously now it's a bit more professional, but I mean, your dad, like, whenever I saw your dad, I know you around and he's holding blocks and he's got water and it's bags and, you know, just
No.
tell us about your dad's, no, that, yeah, I want to speak about your dad's like support and that having that type of structure, how that helped you become, you know, who you are today.
Yeah, I can tell you that I have the greatest support, and I would forever be grateful for that. And you know, you mentioning my dad specifically, yeah, I just, you know, when he's at a race, like whatever happens, I will be like, it's okay, it's like I have this lion behind me that
Yeah.
whatever, the good, the bad, the ugly, he's there for me. And I think that's just, I'm so thankful for that support. And you know, in the beginning, when I was still little, he would have maybe selected another sport for me because he really loves golf and, and other stuff, and he gave me all the opportunities to do whatever I wanted to do. But at the end of the day, I chose athletics and 100-meter hurdles,
Yeah.
and he told me, then we go for it. Whatever
There you
we're gonna
go.
do that. So, and I think he always teaches me about the bigger picture in life. Like everything that happens to us happens for us, and
Yeah.
there to be longer. And it's not just about winning races. It's about having passion, having purpose in what we do. So I think, yeah, my dad is always just the rock there, and he gives me perspective, and he reminds me of, you know, the bigger picture, which is really important. And I'm so thankful for that.
Big up to you, Mr. Steenkamp. Um, continue.
And I think also, you know, if I can just say one thing about my dad is like he really loves athletics. You know, I
Yeah.
think he go and like even if I'm not competing and go to the league meetings and say, Leroux Haman did this, and you know, he would come and tell me, you know, whatever, like what the performances. And I think that's just awesome. Like somebody that just supports South African athletics, which is awesome.
Absolutely. I mean, we need that, you know. I think athletics, well, every sport in South Africa needs it, but I mean, you know, athletics is like we need it so much more as well. You know, I'm gonna take some questions now. I see a few people are sending some questions. Hopefully, I can get everything. I see Sibanya Music has got a question. I'll get to that one. And the official Z says, how do you maintain your rhythm when doing hurdles? Have you ever fallen down from hurdles?
Wow. So I think you wouldn't be a real hurdler almost if you haven't fallen. So I would
Yeah.
first of all say it's a good thing if you if you hit a hurdle here and there, it's going to happen and it's okay. Don't fear that. So I think rhythm is something that you teach or learn or practice in different ways. So I always put the in training closer to each other. So sometimes I put like our spacing is 8.5 meters, but sometimes I do even 6 meters, and that's just for
Wow.
rhythm. So quick.
Yeah.
And there were one race. The first time I broke the national record, I ran a 12:9, but my
Yeah.
first 5 hurdles was so good. But I said to coach, I felt so close to the hurdle because when you go faster,
Yeah.
you're on the hurdle. I don't know how to explain, but so that's
Yeah.
quite unique. Like when you hit a form in sprinting, you just go, but if you hit a specific form, your body, and you're in a different, like you're ready to go fast, then what I do is I say, okay, then we put in training, we put the hurdles closer,
Yeah.
2.5 feet. So it's not a simple answer, but yeah. So rhythm, you can practice it in those ways.
That's
I would
cool.
suggest.
That's good advice. I'm gonna take another one here. It says Sibanya Music is asking, why would you encourage women to take up hurdles? Why, Rikenette? Why?
I think there's a future for us in
Yeah.
athletics, in sport, and in hurdles. And I think in South Africa, it's not really seen as that. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
also did my master's degree in women's sport leadership, where I had the question like, where's the women's? And I think
Mm-hmm.
because of us don't see it as, we see it as a hobby. And yes, it should be
Mm-hmm.
something, a passion, but I really like, how can we have so many world-class top sprinters like for the males in our country,
Yeah.
but women? So I should just tell people like, we have a lot of talent, and if you have a passion for something, like, there is a future. It's maybe going to be tough, and you need to support people, like support team and people around you, but I would really like, just encourage people to try it at least and see. Maybe if you love it, then you should do it.
Women's Month. Thank you.
Yes.
Women, we need you. We need you on the track, running fast. We really do. But yeah, I mean that's it's great advice, and obviously, like in South African athletics, it's always, I think, I personally enjoy it and like this about South African athletics is that each and every athlete in South Africa, or let's just say 80% plus of them, are athletes as well as students. There's a very important balance between being a professional athlete. I'm talking even professional, as well as studying. How was that balance for you? You mentioned you did your master's degree. Shout out to you for that. We want you to get your doctorate. Dr. Steenkamp will be waiting. So how did you balance it, and would you encourage that that balance, obviously, in your life?
Yeah, so I always knew that I wanted to pursue athletics 100%, but I also knew like it's not also not good for me just to do athletics and to focus on it too much. So as you
Yeah.
said, balance is important. So what I made the decision to know, okay, Ricky, you're just going to take a little bit longer with your degree, and
Mm-hmm.
don't stress about it. Like, I think
Yeah.
a lot of the people like think, "No, you have to do everything in the first year." Like, if you 20 or 21 when you get your degree, what does it really matter in the bigger
It does
picture?
not matter. As long as you
So
get
I
it.
encourage people, to be real and say, want to do this. If you don't want to study, the whole time and be so tired that you can't do training, that's also not what you want. So yeah, I'm gonna.
Mm. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, you froze for a while, but you're back.
Okay, super. Sorry about that. Hey, this Wi-Fi network data. It is South Africa, but we will get through it. Yeah, but I mean, absolutely, what you're saying. I mean, I think that's a very important like tip or a pointer there, because sometimes we don't all have the same. It's so difficult. You're comparing yourself with people who are just full-time students, and that's all they do. But being a professional athlete, sometimes, not for everybody, but sometimes it's okay, to make your load a bit less so that you can focus on it, still be able to pass and progress without overwhelming yourself. So it's very good advice, because I think sometimes we just feel like you're in a rush, but I mean, balancing the two is not always easy. Some do it. You get some clever athletes on the track, like George Kushka is like an A student. I know you were smart. I mean, coming from Menlo, you guys know your books well. So I know you could have handled it, but I mean, the way you did it as well just gave you more freedom to be able to pursue running a bit more aggressively.
Yeah, I think it's good to be practical because,
Mm.
as athletes, we want to be supermen and superwomen, and so I can train 2 times a day and I can study, but I would rather do something well and recover well,
Mm.
take a little bit longer. So that was how I did it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, very good advice. Welcome. Let's do a few welcomes over here. We've got Filma van Rensburg. Welcome to you. Peter Kukamur. Welcome to you. Peter Kukamur also said definitely the best short hurdler we've ever had. You know what? The stats also agree with you, Rikenette, so we don't even have to debate this one. So that's good. Coach Buerta, we see you. Welcome to you, sir. I saw Janet Siligas in here. We've got, I don't know if I can see everybody, but Buerta Louise, welcome, guys. Raz, Mfana, Johan, Yanita, Eva. Welcome, guys. I'm not going to get to everybody. I usually don't see everybody, but we appreciate you guys watching and supporting, guys. We really do. If I miss your question, it's not because I've got beef with you. It just happens. Okay. So obviously moving on. Time is flying. So we need to move on now. So we've established the whole education stuff. We've established where you started. We've established your early support system. Next up, we need to talk the big things. You know, you're quite a huge athlete because of what you've achieved. But, you know, I know you've always been an athlete that put in the work. You know, when you're on the track, you know, you really, really, really get into the zone and you get focused. When you're in the gym, you know, you focus on technique and all that stuff, which is good to see. Like, you know, I'm always inspired by seeing like professional athletes, you know. So let's talk about the Athletics World Cup. I think we need to get onto that before we run out of time. Tell us about that moment. Tell us about the night before. What did you eat? You know, did you have a croissant? Did you eat a boerewors, roliki? What happened? What was going through your mind before the day before you were crowned World Athletics World Cup champion? Let's start there. We'll get to race day. Let's just start the day before. What's going on in your mind?
Well, I can say like I knew that I was in great form, and I think that helped because the race before I ran the national record. So I was like, I'm feeling great. I don't have to try too hard to do something else. I'm feeling great, which sometimes if you run a very good race, then you can put pressure on yourself after that. But somehow I didn't. So I was like, Ricky, you're in great form. You're having momentum. So just keep on doing that. And I remember seeing the lineup and the lane draws before, and I was like, I always said like you want to have great exposure with a big race, but not too big. You know, not somebody that's gonna break you with 20 meters, or like you want somebody that's like a meter ahead of you, because that pulls you. And I said, I remember phoning my dad the night before, and I said to him, this is the perfect race because girls are fast, but I know I'm in the mix, and I know that I will win. And when I saw I had lane 4 as well, I'm like, this is great, you know. Feel it. And I also love, like, because I ran the second day, I competed in the second day, so I felt the vibe that there was on the first day. And, you know, I was just so, like, how can I say, die tafel was vir my gedek, jy weet, ek bietjie Afrikaans.
The table was set, yes.
So I said to myself, like, I'm in form, it's in London, it's a great stadium, there's a vibe here, it's just, everything is right, and this is an opportunity that you have to grab. And yeah, I just felt like it in my bones, like, you can win, you know, why not? So yeah, I went for the win that day.
Okay. Let's I just want to get what is going in your mind the night before. So far so good, you know. You were hungry. You know, it's nice when you get on the track and things are just firing. You know, I think you was on the brand. You know, you were on the brand, on the brand. No, you were hot, is what I'm trying to say.
On the brand. Okay.
So now is the day of the actual race. What's going on? It's breakfast time. What's going on?
Yeah, so I can admit there was a few butterflies, like there always is. It's 100-meter hurdles. There's like so many things that can go wrong. But yeah, I had a few butterflies, and I struggled to eat. Usually struggle to eat a lot before on race day. But yeah, I couldn't remember the race. I was just like, because we competed in the evening, I was just like, this day feels so long. Can I
Long.
just I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, in Europe, it's so weird. I think for South Africans, I think we're so used to running, like you run in the morning, you run, okay. We kept it at 7, 7 o'clock in the evening is like, it's late, we ran. But in Europe, I mean, 10 o'clock, 11. I
Yeah.
mean, you had some people running, it's crazy. But yeah, so obviously then you get onto the track.
Yeah.
Warm up. What's going through your mind during warm up, leading up to that race?
So yeah, I remember this. Usually in Europe, when we compete, we usually have heats and semis. Like there's a lot of hurdlers and there's not enough hurdles. So usually that's irritating to not be able to do your warm up. I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's unique with hurdles, and you're always in each other's faces when you warm up. Like with the sprints, you can go and do your own
Yeah.
thing. With hurdles, like everybody sees, like, can you start me? I'm gonna go. But so there was enough hurdles. There was only 8 hurdlers. There was a lot of like, it was a nice vibe. And I also liked, the professional feeling that I had because of the Americans and the, so it was just, and I felt great in warm up. I really remember feeling like whatever I did, there was no hiccups. It was just smooth. Yeah.
Mm, mm, mm.
I don't know if you want to ask a little bit about the call room and those things, but I have quite a story there.
Hey, let's hear it.
Yeah, so I just remember going to the call room, and Queen Harrison was the captain, and she put on her blue lipstick, and she was like, "Good luck, girls, hope you have a great race," and she was like so in control, I just remember like, and I was just like, okay, she was almost intimidating everybody. I could see that, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, "Hierdie boere meisie, kom hoor." So yeah, I just remember that in those moments, we as South Africans shouldn't step back.
Yeah.
We should stay true to ourselves. I'm not going to wear blue lipstick, because it's not who I am. But
Yeah.
just don't step back for that. Anything can happen in a race.
I like that. I mean, we're from South Africa, We're
Yeah.
from South Africa, Don't forget that. Okay, you step on the line. Hey, like it's crazy because I mean, from a supporter point of view, we just want to see the South African flag shine. You're standing in the middle of the lane. I mean, introductions. Oh, I mean, the butterflies and the nerves. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but when I'm watching, I know your dad, he was probably eating all his fingers at that time. I see Paulina Muloro. She's also on here. Looks like somebody who knows you well. But I mean, it's such a big moment, and you step on the line before the gun goes off. Just run us through the race, and especially the feeling after the race, being crowned as the Athletics World Cup champion.
Yeah, so I remember, when you step onto the track, it's time to focus. Like, it's almost like I don't see the other athletes. I don't know, like I go into this tunnel vision, and I enjoyed the vibe there was. There was just a lot of people, and I love that. So I just enjoyed that. And I remember, when you go into a race, you can't, like, I try not to overthink, try to focus on too many things, but
Yeah.
I felt like there's one thing that's important. If I can get to the first hurdle first,
Yeah.
like then I can beat these girls. Because at that stage I was better at the ending, but the first part wasn't that great. Like, it depends, like in every season, it's not always like that for me. But in that time, I'm like, "Rick, you're gonna just go at that first hurdle. You're gonna go with everything that you got, but don't like try too hard. It's like a fine line." So I just said to myself, "Ricky, first hurdle." get there. And I remember when the gun went off, and I didn't, obviously you don't know what the other girls do, but I remember I was first at the first hurdle, and I said to myself, just focus, just do what you do, like take it hurdle for hurdle, and you've got it. And I just said to myself, like, hurdle 8, hurdle 9, you've got it, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours. So, and then I just literally dived for the line. I remember that. And you know, so it was definitely the highlight of my career, my favorite race. I know that Queen Harrison, she hit the first hurdle, and she probably, she's a 1260 athlete. But on that day, that's hurdles. I can't say the one time that I felt like, I was actually the winner. No, it's just hurdles. If you hit a hurdle, then it's part of the game.
Absolutely. I mean, that's exactly how it is. But I mean, just looking at the photos, I mean, it looked like it's one thing to like watch somebody like enjoy a moment, and it's like for you, it almost looked like it was like a dream come true. It was like, and you could see it in your eyes, you could see it in your face that it meant so much to you. So, what does it moment? What did it mean to you? Like, and what does it mean for you today? And what type of encouragement did you draw out of it that you can share to other South Africans? Because you must understand, once you've done that, there's a young hurdler in South Africa that is thinking we can win national titles, we can win world titles, we can win at the biggest stage. That's what you've opened up. So what does that? Just tell us about that.
I think, some athletes will always think like, I have to win an Olympic gold medal, then I've made it. And I think one thing that I've realized is I had a wonderful journey with a lot of beautiful moments. And yes, it's maybe not a world championship gold or an Olympic gold, but if that is the only thing that you want from athletics, then it's going to be empty. You're going to work 12 years for one maybe moment. And I just thought there's so many wonderful opportunities. And if for you, it's, your provincial championships and that's your goal and you achieve that, that's great, So the Athletics World Cup for me it gave me a lot of confidence that I can go down the blocks with some of the best in the world, and it can come together for me. And that will be a moment for me that I cherish forever, because nobody can take it away from me. It was a highlight of my life. And for me, it felt like I won the Olympics. And I say that of pride because it was a beautiful moment for me, and it gave me a lot of confidence, that yes, I'm a little bit like a boerenmeisie from South Africa, but we shouldn't sell ourselves short. I feel that, and I think that is something that I learned, and we shouldn't try and be something that we're not. Like, I'm not an American strong, whatever, one of those athletes. I'm sometimes they call me Smiley because I want to just enjoy what I do. I don't know if you know a lot of hurdlers in Europe. They're very aggressive people, and
very, yeah.
hit themselves. I just love what I do, and I love. I get my serious moments, don't get me wrong. I get my moments where I go into focus mode, as you mentioned. But if you know me, I love what I do and I smile, and, we shouldn't miss those moments just because we always work for, the one Olympic or we think it's only then we start enjoying athletics. So I think that was one of those moments for me that I will cherish forever.
Absolutely. I mean, there's many other moments. I mean, being you broke obviously the SA record. That was a big moment for you, and then you went and did it again. And there was even a faster time, and it was wind aided. But I mean, you were like you said earlier, you were in the mix. When you're in the mix, you're in the mix, and those type of things happen. But Rikenette, we're gonna have to close it here. It's already been 40 minutes. I know time's been flying. Yeah.
I can talk a lot. You didn't know that.
No, we want to hear what you got to say. So thanks, guys. Thanks for your time. So from Backtrack side, Rikenette, I just want to say thank you, for, like I said, what you've done on the track, you must understand, and don't ever take it lightly, is that you've created a platform and you've opened up, the minds of young athletes who look up to you as a role model. They see an athlete who is friendly, who enjoys what they're doing. You and Wenda are like, you like Colgate ambassadors on the track. You guys are always light. You love people. You perform well as well. You guys have medaled at big competitions. But yeah, keep it up. Keep that spirit. I personally believe big things are coming in the next year or 2 or 3. You're going to continue getting better. So just keep at it. I see Cornell, he says, Ricky, would you consider running 400-meter hurdles? That's a no,
No.
Cornell.
You knew the answer. No, sorry. I'm too old now to try new things like that. No, I won't.
Yeah, but thanks. Really appreciate your time
Yeah,
and
I also want
joining
to
us.
say, just quick, I just want to say thank you for what Backtrack Sports are doing. For South African sport and athletics, we really need it. And I saw the virtual race that you guys,
Yeah.
it's such a great initiative and we really appreciate it and need it in South Africa. So thank you for that.
Now, it's so easy to support the sport when you guys are doing so well and representing. Coronel Fredericks, sort out your Wi-Fi. We were supposed to have you on. Sort out your Wi-Fi, Coronel. But we'll have to chat. But thanks, Rikenette. Thanks each and every one of you for watching. Really appreciate it, guys. We are the athletics community end of the day, and it's up to us to decide, how big do you want this sport to be? Do you want to overtake other sports, or do you want to sit back and complain and say we don't have enough support, we don't have enough this? Here we are. The athletes are doing well. You guys are doing well. People are supporting, guys. It's up to us. Like, really, there's no other way like this sport will grow, So keep supporting. Thanks for watching BackChat. Thanks for supporting the sport. Have a good evening, Rikenette. Appreciate your time. All the best with training. 2021, big year coming. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. Real Romanda.
Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.
Good night.
Thanks,
And
Demba.
God bless,
Cheers.
guys. God bless. Take care. Bye.